Yo and hello. This is Jason, Zombie Collector. You thought I was gonna be baseball collector because I said yo, hello, or whatever his introduction is. I haven't seen his channel in like decades, but I remember him doing that, so I thought I would just like take it from him. Uh, since he likes taking from other people all the time, so I just figured I'd do that too. Why not? Because I'm just a rebel that way. So, anyways, I just had a quick. I was gonna go live and just do a quick. As you see the title, I had 2 care packages came in, and a couple of eBay purchases I had gotten, and so I want to kind of just do that. So I'll do the eBay first because it's not as sentimental as the care packages, and then we'll get into it. And this video probably won't go very long. I'm just gonna show the stuff off. If somebody pops on a wee chat, great. If not, no big deal. So I got this right here, this Greg Maddux off of eBay for 55 cents, free shipping. It is a insert card, and I just thought the way it looked was really cool. I mean, there's nothing really. I mean, this card's all day long, probably a quarter or 50 cents in any box, maybe even a schmeckel. But I just thought it was a cool looking card. I liked it. I like the silver. I like they had a lot going on in this card with the different just graphics and things. I just liked the way it looked. And it obviously looks like he just got finished with the game, like a complete game. He's like shaking the hands with the catcher. So he obviously finished the game because usually the pitcher's not shaking the hand with the catcher if he's getting pulled from the game. So that's the first one. Another pitcher I picked up is this Hideo Nomo Bowman's Best Refractor. A lot of refractorage on here. Now, this one probably has not been cropped, but I will be sending it in to get cropped later before I go to PWCC. But you see this right here is very shiny, as the great Cucumber Man says. It has a lot of shine. You got the big red circle. A lot of people might not know this. I'm going to drop some facts on you. That's the Japanese flag. Or as in when I was in college students go, why do you have that communist flag hanging in your room? And I'm like, the Japanese flag hanging? Because it's a white flag with a red circle, which is the sun, supposed to represent the sun. And they're like, yeah, that communist flag. I'm like, I think you're supposed to be talking about China. China is communist, not Japan, and China's flag is nothing like Japan's flag. And they're like, oh, well, you know what I mean. And I'm like, no, really, I don't know what you mean. So you're just an idiot. So then we have a press proof for the Donruss Studio of a Nomo, not Japanese flag edition. As you see up at the top here, it says press proof. This is the gold variation. I believe there's a silver, and then there is a just regular version of it. But I really like this press proof. It has a little bit of shine on it. Just a little bit of shine. Not a lot. So there you have that. Those are my eBay. And I picked up both of those cards for like 50 cents a piece with free shipping. So I spent $1. And then I have Henry S. Henry S. I'm just going to show off. Just, it's Henry when he sends you all the different kinds of stamps, all the cool stamps he sent. I'm going to cover our addresses. But Henry S., he's all about that. Exactly. They got into college. I know. You're exactly right, Doug. I'm just like, and I obviously, if you all come to my channel, you all know I'm not like a mental heavyweight myself. So it's not like I'm sitting here in judgment. But before I make a declaration on a topic such as a flag from another country, I better make sure I have my facts right. I'm not going to walk in, to like, somebody's room has like a Canadian flag with a maple leaf hanging off and go, well, I don't know why you have that Spanish speaking country's flag hanging up in your room. They're just a bunch of illegals. And you're like, what? And they're like, that flag flag with that maple leaf. I'm like, that's Canada, not Mexico. So I'm not going to say those things. I'm going to try to keep it quasi classy. So anyways, here we got like I said, when Henry S. sends you something, he's going to send you something with all these cool stamps. So he sent me a couple of cards from my collection. He knows me pretty well. He sent me a Kurt Suzuki which I did not have. I didn't have any of these cards. Masahiro Tanaka, which was super cool of him to send me. This is 2019 Big League. This came out. He sent me this Daisuke Matsuzaka, which is really cool, which I did not have this either, from the co-signers Tops. And then Frank Thomas, which is, I think, Pro Sigs, Upper Deck Pro Sigs. So there you go. This is probably like right before he ended up going to the Oakland A's. Like, I just can't handle seeing, or maybe or he went to Toronto first, I think. But anyways, it's hard to see him in any other thing except the White Sox. But there you go. So there's that one. So that was cool. Thank you, Henry. I don't have a way to contact Henry directly. I think other than email. I don't have his phone number. I don't know if I don't think he's on Facebook. So Henry, when you watch this video, thank you very much, sir. That was unexpected. Completely unexpected. He never even told me it was coming. So I appreciate that. Thank you. And then last I have JMVP. JMVP right there, guys. So kind of cool story about JMVP. I think the reason why I did that, it was like subliminal when I did the whole yo and hello thing. So JMVP is buddies with baseball collector Mike, right? And I don't know the whole story, like how they became friends or what all that, it doesn't matter. But JMVP lives here in Indiana, and he knows I'm not a big fan of Mike's, but him and I stayed friends on Facebook. I don't know if we really follow each other's channels all that much, but we're friends on Facebook, and I could agree or disagree with people all day long, and I'm totally fine with Jay being buddies with baseball collector Mike. I could care less. Like, it's zero interest. But he told me, like, hey, I'm having my son's playing a game down by your neck of the woods. If you want to come out, that'd be cool. Or I might even mention to him, like, maybe I'll be able to come out. I don't know how it started. I said, hey, if your son, he said something about coming to town. And he lives up northern Indiana by Chicago. I live in the Indianapolis area, but his son was playing at Graham Park, which is about 30, 45 minutes from my house. And I said, hey, man, if you would like it, I'll come out there and visit with you and watch your son play some baseball. And so he was like, sure, that'd be great. Come on out. So it worked out because my son plays baseball, but that day he didn't play, or he didn't play till later that day or something. So I was able to make it out to his son's baseball game. So I never met Jay before. I only knew him as a YouTube guy, and then I knew him from Facebook. But again, that's it. I've never talked to the guy ever once in any kind of true interaction except through Facebook Messenger. And so we met up, and I didn't really know what to expect. I'm sure he probably felt the same way, and we kind of felt each other out a little bit, I guess. And we hit it off, man. He's like a great guy. I invited him to a couple of Cincinnati Reds games, and again with baseball, he wasn't able to make them with his son, and I'm the same way and all that. But we've been talking, and he, him and I hit it off big time. And he kind of mentioned the whole stuff that was on with the Hall of Fame stuff, which I'm not getting into. And I told him, like I tell everybody, it's like, I'm not a big fan of it. I wasn't a big fan of it. I didn't like the way it went down. I don't like the way the whole thing was stunk to high heaven. But that doesn't take away from the fact that I can't be kosher with somebody like Jay, as long as we can keep it, classy, which we were able to do so. So after we kind of got the formalities out of the way and kind of felt each other out, not felt each other up, that's for a different video, we hung out. He bought my way in to his son's game. I didn't know I was going to have to pay. It was a Sunday, like late morning. A lot of times that you don't have to pay at that point, but they still made me pay. And so Jay very generously paid my way to get in, which was very cool of him. So we hung out. I watched his son play. His son did great. I know this is like a month later we got this story, but I never really wanted to share it because it felt weird to me just do a video where I just talk about how Jay and I kind of got to hang out, and there was no purpose behind it. But now there's a purpose because of the care package. So anyways, his son did excellent. He did great. I think he played second base, and maybe he might have pitched also, if I'm not mistaken, when I was there. I think he got 2 hits when I was watching him. He did great. I think he said his son's younger than the team he's on. So I don't want to give away his kid's age and all that stuff, but the team's like let's say it's a 10U or whatever, 11U, and his son's age below that. That's not true, but it's something like that. So he's actually younger playing up, which is great. That's awesome because he was hanging in there. And afterwards, he was like, I know you like Cincinnati Reds. Let me send you some stuff. And I was like, dude, that's not necessary. He was like, oh, no, it's the least I can do. It'd be something I would like to do it for you. I was like, all right. And then time's passed, and quite honestly, I forgot. He asked me for my address like a month ago, 3 weeks ago. And he said, I've been busy. I forgot. I'm like, dude, it's no big deal. Lo and behold, yesterday, after the terrible couple of weeks I've had with this tornadoes and my car getting wrecked and everything else, he sent me this awesome Cincinnati Reds care package. So cool. So I'm going to go show that to you now. So first up, he sent me this Hunter Green Bowman Chrome Refractor from this year. And as you all know, I don't open a lot of this kind of product. So this is awesome. He sent me this at Top Prospect. But not only did he send me that, he sent me the Bowman's first paper. I guess it's aqua or blue, number out of 499, number 308. Hunter Green as well. As you see, there's one. He's like one of the top pitching prospects in the Reds organization. And then there's the number there at the bottom, if you can see it. So that was awesome. And then, of course, my son wanted to open up all these. So I opened them off camera. And then he sent me a couple of Joey V's. Got the Bowman Platinum Joey Votto from 2017, which was awesome. I don't think this is a refractor or anything. It looks like it. And that's just the way they look. I don't see anything that says anything about it being a refractor on the back. And then he sent me, this is like I think they call Mojo refractors from 2017, which I did not have. And you can see it looks like a lizard scales. If you look at it, it looks like the scales of a lizard on there. That's really cool. I think these are called Mojo refractors, or maybe X refractor. I'm not for sure. I get confused when they look like that. And then this is the one this is the one my son really liked. He's like, "Oh, Dad, this is cool. I really like this one." And I would have to agree. This is a 2018 sepia Topps Chrome refractor. So this is the sepia. I think I'm pretty sure that's what you call this, sepia Topps Chrome refractor. So I wanted to show that off, that he was generously sent me as well. But the hits don't stop there. Then he sent me a smattering. I haven't used that word in a while, so I'm bringing it back. A smattering of Nick Senzel rookie cards, or just like first-year cards. And as you all know, Nick Senzel has worked his way into the Reds lineup. He has been doing pretty good for himself. He may I dare say, might have a rookie of the year type of season so far. So we'll see. That might be lofty thinking, but here we have his, I think this is Pro something. What is it called? Pro debut, sorry. I've never opened this product before, but as you can see here, this is the 2017 Pro debut of Nick Senzel, and he's with the Billings Mustangs. There you go. So there's that. He's probably like, I don't know, he's probably 15 years old. Maybe not 15, 18 years old. What year was this kid born? 1995. Holy guacamole. Wow. He was born in 95. That is crazy. Here we got another Bowman card of him, of 2018 Bowman card. As you see here. That's a great pose. I like the pose he's in. Then we got a Bowman Platinum. Also, this is from 2017. So kind of like the Joey Votto, a lot of shine. I don't think this is a refractor. This is an insert card, so that's what that is. I guess the Votto was an insert card too, now that I see it. It's called TP. I don't know what that means. It's supposed to be, but it says TPNS. I know NS is, Nick Senzel, but I wonder what the TP stands for. Toilet paper. Then we have Bowman's Next Generation. Here it shows him as a third baseman, so I think he plays in the outfield. So I guess to get him up there, either they change him in the minors to an outfielder, or just because there's no place for him right now because Suarez is not leaving third base anytime soon. They moved him to the outfield just so they have somebody else that might have a good bat in the lineup. And he's been doing really good, man. He's been doing really good. Another insert card. That's a really, man, that's a good looking card. I really like that card. Thank you so much, Jay. Here is a Bowman Scouts Top 100 card from 2017. That has a lot of chime to it, if you can see. Definitely down by that 13. So there you go. You have that lot of chime going on here. And then the last two I have is the 2017 Bowman Prospects card. This is the paper first year Bowman card. Look at that face he's making there. So you have that one. This is Mark from Kentucky. Be happy with these cards. And then he sent me this awesome Chrome one. So Bowman Chrome first year card. Same card, or same pose, different card, I guess. Bowman Chrome right there. That is awesome. So these cards look like perfect. So, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to go check out JMVP and Henry S. And please check them out. You'll like them. They're totally two different kind of channels, but that's what I like about this community. But also like how my eccentric or eclectic tastes are. You have JMVP, who's like a high-end kind of collector. Chris Bryant, he cracks a lot of new product, and he likes the new stuff, which is 100% cool. And, his channel is a lot more driven towards that kind of, approach. Where Henry S., he's talking about Hey Dude and Astronauts. And he has 1990s alternative, hardcore, straight edge music or something. Then he'll play some Welcome Back Kotter music or something in the next video. And he'll talk about sending postcards off to some BFE place in Alaska. And then he, to get them stamped. I mean, and then he shows about the packs he opened up recently, or an eBay purchase he's gotten. I mean, it's just completely different night and day. Like, most people wouldn't go to Henry S.'s channel and watch it and then go to JMVP. It's totally two different guys doing two different things. Hey, what's up? I got to get this in, Jeff, before you start yours, because I don't want to take away from your live stream, because let's be honest, the king of Sunday Live is Jeff Airtime Cards. So I do not want to mix with that guy, because I'm not man enough. He's from New Jersey. He probably born with like a butt kicking card that comes in just immediately. Here in Indiana, we're like, hey, welcome on back now. You here? Come on back. And they're probably coming. They're probably born with a piece ready to go. So I don't want any trouble with Jeff. But as I was saying with Henry S. and JMVP, you can't get any different. We're all leaning at each other. It's like Sunday morning cartoons. We're all a bunch of characters, and we all have our 30-minute allotments that we give everybody a chance to get in and warm everybody up. So everybody's eating their cereal, their Captain Crunch, as they're eating, and then we're all doing it. We're all dancing and shucking and jiving for you all out there. So, but yeah, guys, definitely check out JMVP's channel. His content is kind of sparse because, again, he is very involved with his son's baseball. Obviously, he's a working Joe too, so sometimes it's not as frequent as somebody like Henry, who puts out a video every single day. Sometimes I feel like he puts them out a couple times a day. But also not just the amount of time they put into their channel, so to speak, based on what allotment they're allowed with their schedules, but the content as well is quite different. But that's what I like about our community, because, just the two guys here, Doug doesn't even have a channel, but he's a big fan of all things Japanese and Boston Red Sox, which, at least with the Japanese stuff, me and Doug are in the same page on that. On the Red Sox, he's out on that limb by himself, that branch, unless it's Matsuzaka or Okajima, then we can talk. But then with Jeff, Jeff does this thing on Sundays now where, He just talking about baseball cards. He has his Q&A, kind of like a trivia, and you get free cards out of the kindness of his heart. He's sending you off free stuff, even stuff that people don't want, like Serena Williams. He'll send it out to you. I mean, he's a really good guy like that. I mean, he just wants to get you out there, and he's just a good ambassador for our community. Unlike me, he's a good guy. He keeps it clean. He keeps it above the belt. I can't really say that about myself. So, oh, you posted a video, Doug? Shut the front door. Exactly, Jeff. You got that right. That's a struggle, man. That's something you and I both can relate to, man. I know, just get the eyebrows back, push them back. But yeah, man. I mean, it's something we have to deal with as beautiful looking men. I mean, I feel like it's 2019. They're trying to make guys all, quasi. What's the word? Like, it's probably not a in vogue word anymore, but like metrosexuals now, anyways. So can guys be beautiful? But they're making men all beautiful now. I mean, they got men wearing dresses and stuff now, and I don't know, like onesies. So who knows what the next step is? But I know if I wasn't so good looking, maybe I'd be rich. But dude, Doug, I got to go to your channel. I mean, I think I'm subscribed to you. I think because I just connected to you, but I definitely will now go back and go check out your video. That is awesome. I'm really excited to see what you have to do. But that's the other thing on these things on YouTube is that, let's be honest, there's only so many videos you can watch of a guy breaking wax. There's only so many videos of a guy you can watch showing off his mantle collection. So it's cool to have variety. That way you don't get burned out. I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean that too much of a good thing still can be overwhelming. So you got to have the people like Henry in there. You got to have people like me who's kind of all over the place. Like there's no real rhyme or reason of my videos. I'll do my Jason Handy videos, and then I'll do a video about breaking a box of wax to whatever, like a live stream. And so there's really no, whatever, you got to go. So, oh my gosh, you're right about Phil, dude. Philmington. He is the metrosexual of all metrosexuals, dude. For sure. That's 100% accurate right there. That video of him with his buddies doing like a wax weekend or whatever, that really says a lot with him and two of his buddies. No women involved, drinking a lot, horse playing. I'm sure there's a lot of getting towels wet and slapping each other in the butt going on in the bathrooms. I would not be surprised if they're, getting that little tip wet, and just popping each other in the butts on that weekend. I'm sure there's a lot of that going on there. And that's all probably with their fanny packs hanging off to the side, their socks pulled up with the stripes on the top of the socks like real 1984. I bet it's going on there. I would not be surprised. They're kind of quasi complaining about the food and the service and stuff a lot. I mean, some of those restaurants they were going to, I would not be surprised. They probably, before they left, put on some foundation, if I'm not mistaken. There's a couple scenes in there where it looked like there was some, paraphernalia laying around, let's just say. Thanks, Doug. You name dropped me. That's awesome. Because I'm all about the subs, Doug. As you probably know, I'm all about trying to get as many subs as I can, as many likes as I can, as many views as I can. I try to play nice with everybody, even when people do things that never should be called out on, or they're just complete jagoffs. Never talk about it because we're all going to hold hands, slap each other in the butts like Phil and his buddies do, and sing Kumbaya at my channel. I mean, we're all going to do that here. So I'm glad you name dropped me because I'm trying to get to that 200 subscriber amount. I'm trying to hit, I'm almost at 300, but I'm trying to get to 200. So I definitely appreciate it, dude. Right. Yeah, exactly, Doug. At the end of the day, I don't want to be a pack breaker only. Sure, I open boxes, but I always tell everybody this, Mike Go is the best. He has it figured out. Mike Go has it completely figured out. He'll do pack breaks. He'll do box breaks. He'll do slab videos. He'll do reveal videos of slabs. He'll do, vintage. He'll do raw cards. He'll still do TTMs every once in a while. He'll do those his radio type podcasts ones he did recently with, I think, Dustin Bellinger. I mean, he has it figured out. Like, he knows he has a machine and it's working for him. He's not in the machine. He is the machine. So it's the lawnmower man, Jeff Fahey. He's like the modern day Jeff Fahey. So it's like 1990s special effects. And that's how Mike O is. But I'm glad you appreciate my Jeff, my take on everything when it comes to Phil and his buddies. Because obviously I know Phil knows that I'm joking. I'm always on Phil's channel. Like, if you're not friends with Phil on Facebook, you really should, if he accepts your friend request or whatever, because he does like all the most like white people stuff in the world, like wine vineyards with his wife. And I don't mean this in a negative, by the way. It's just like, half opened up button shirt, sitting next to a waterfall. I mean, like cropped up and stuff. I'm like, you can't get any more white than Phil. And I'm always posting stuff on his Facebook. Like, when I see those pictures of white people this or whatever, and he just like has a good laugh because it's so hilarious. It's so hilarious. Yeah, man. I mean, that's the thing. You're doing the trivia thing. You do it once a week, or I'm assuming you do it once a week. 'Cause that's when I watch at least once a week. And you're doing something totally different than anybody else. And even if you did things that were the same, I mean, that's fine. I'm just saying, we as viewers, we have to. I need more. We all get burned out. I don't care if you do try to make a variety of videos, or you yourself try to watch a variety of videos. Eventually, it just gets burned out. You just have to take a break. But it's good when you go to a video or a channel like you were saying, and you try to mix it up. So when people come to my channel, there's no telling what's going to happen on my channel on the time you watch it. Like, you just don't know, and that's fine. I mean, that's what it's about. So you just never know. But yeah, for sure. He's the YouTube lawnmower man. He is. He really is, man. He can manipulate and get into the system, man. He has it working for him. It's 100% true. I mean, it really is. I mean, I like Mike O a lot. I know some people kind of boo-hoo Mike O for whatever reason. I don't really get it. And it's a small contingent of people, but a few guys I know don't really like him. And, I don't really know why. I don't know if they're just jealous because of how popular he is as far as subs go. But I feel like Mike O gives me as much respect as he gives somebody who has thousands of subs, and I have 200 and whatever my count is now. Like, I always joke around about it, but I mean, Mike O and I'm not like trying to be like Mike O and I are like buddies. We're like best friends. Not at all. I would say we're above acquaintances, but below friends, whatever that area is. I like him. I would consider him, we're a friend-ish, but it's not like he's calling me up every day, chit-chatting. We're not like texting back and forth every day. We'll get in all these little spurts where we'll like call each other and text each other for a day or two, and then we might go a week or two, we don't talk to each other, and then like we'll kick it back on. But he's always given me nothing but respect. I enjoy his auctions. I think he's very fair with his price. I think he's a very fun guy to listen to. He's very knowledgeable. He tries to keep it fun, and I don't really get it. I think sometimes people just have sub envy. We all know us as guys, we have envy of some things. And in this case, we have sub envy. Some people's subs are bigger than other people's subs, and people get all sub hurt because they don't have as many subs. And when you're Mike O, you're like at 4,000 something subs or whatever he's at now. I mean, I think it's way more than 4,000 even. I mean, there's very few guys that have more than him that actually are a contributing member of our like little baseball card community. You have people like Jab's family who he's an anomaly unto himself. I don't even, that guy is, and that's a whole other story. I don't even get into that. But out of the like real meat and taters of the community, Mike O is like, if not the one of the top guys, the top big dogs. Now, this thing, a lot of people just like to hate on him. No, I don't. Again, that's not the right word. Like, not a lot. You have a handful of people who just kind of be like, boo-hoo, Mike O. But like I said, I don't have a problem with anybody. I don't care how big or small you are. If you're a humble, good guy, you just like want to talk about baseball cards and show off your collection and support each other, then I want to be your friend and let's talk baseball. Let's be pals. If you're a schmuck, just some jagoff who just thinks you're better than everybody else and you talk down to other people, I have no time for you. I'll punch you right in your baby maker. I mean, I will. I'll do it. I ain't scared. So it'll happen. Oh, for sure. 100%, man. They are. I mean, there's a contingent of guys that I like that are like, I think they're on my YouTube channel, and I'm probably friends with some of them. But some of those guys are just like nonstop asking for subs all the time, dude. I'm just like, dude, like, stop. Like, I can't watch your channel anymore. I don't care. You could be showing me the skeletal remains of Babe Ruth in your video, and I'm not gonna watch it because I can't get past the 10-minute video and 8 minutes of it is like shelling for you or your like card groups or whatever, or your subgroups, and I'll sub me, sub them, sub us, sub they, sub it, sub her, sub he, she, sub trans, whatever. I can't, I'm like, I don't, you can sub this. You can sub that guy. Look at that weirdo. Oh, look at you rocking. Can you rock that shirt on here? All three people watching today. Ow, you hurt me. Look at that. Rocking that Louisville Slugger, baby. Louisville Slugger. Yeah. Woo. Louisville Pride, baby.
It's not Louisville, it's Louisville.
Hey, now, you better watch yourself, kid. You better get yourself written out of the will.
It's Louisville and Louisville.
Don't you ever, it's Louisville. Don't you ever forget it. Louisville. It's Louisville. Louisville. Oh my gosh, my son, he's like trolling me, man. I swear. Oh my gosh, yeah, smash that subscribe button. I'm gonna start saying that on every video just to do it. Actually, Luca, his team is going into the playoffs today. They're in whatever you call, what is it, semifinals before the final game. They have a bye because they're first place. They won all three of their games. So today is first round elimination. So they got their pool play done. So they're done now. Now they had a bye. They don't play till 4:00 today, East Coast time. But dude, I gotta tell you, I just gotta brag on my son. I know that's not what this is about right now necessarily, but I'm a dad and I can't help it. And anybody who's a dad understands. My son, yes, they had 2 games yesterday, and then they had a game on Friday. He went 6 for 6. 6 for 6. It was so amazing. I mean, he was like so awesome. He laid down these 2, like Ichiro version bunts that were out of this world. It was like he was channeling Ichiro. He laid down the most perfect right down third base bunt, and he duplicated it on 2 different games. It was unbelievable. And he was able to make it down to the first. They couldn't get him out. And he scored the RBIs both times. Like, the guy ran in, they were able to score the third baseman in, and he got to go on base and move the base runners around to third, like from second to third or whatever. Both times. He got, I think, walked once or twice, and then he hit 2 line drives right at players that couldn't handle it. They fumbled it. He was able to get on base. And then he tried to bunt, and then in the last at bat, which is kind of funny, I think he got a little too full of himself. Like, I'm the bunt master. People were going around going, "You're the bunt master," and as anybody would get, they get a little bit like big headed. So he went to even the coach goes, "If you want to bunt at your last at bat, Luca, go ahead. You don't have to, but you can if you want." So Luca bunt, and then he almost pulled a Max Scherzer, and the ball went back and hit him in the head. I hit him in the helmet. So then, of course, now you have a strike on you with a bunt that's not the best bunt that you want, because now you're in the hole. And so, as most 10-year-olds, you would think, okay, now I'm a little bit nervous. And the very next pitch, he cracks it right out to right field, like line drive right over the second baseman's head. It was just like, that's my boy, dude, like right there. So I couldn't be more proud of him. He ended up pitching. He pitched Nothing pretty much, but nothing but strikes. Right. He was throwing the ball all around the plate. The umpire was not calling strikes. And this is not because he's my son. It's because literally everybody was like, what in the world? The umpire was just not calling strikes. He was like Greg Maddux. He was a surgeon up there. And like painted the corners, and the umpire was not giving it to him. I was like, and these are 10-year-olds. So that strike zone should be yay high and yay big anyways. Because a lot of kids just get up there and just hold the bat and just hope they're going to get walked. Yeah, all Lucas coaches, all the parents, everybody. I know it's like one-sided story here, and I get that, but I mean, it's like seriously, Luka 9 times out of 10 is throwing it around the plate. Like he rarely has a wild pitch. He rarely has balls that are like dribbling into the, around the plate. Like he's around the plate. Like he doesn't pitch fast, but he pitches accurately. He doesn't get shaken, and they were hitting him kind of hard, and unfortunately, they were hitting him in places that people weren't at. So I think there was a little bit of panic mode, but he never ever like showed it on the mound, and he got through it. He got him to pop up. He threw pitches where kids were popping it up, and we finally got out of the inning. We got first place, so we're right now we're in first place. So we got buys for the whole all morning long, and so it's great. And he kept his composure, and he closed it out. Now on Friday, he pitched also Friday night like Mariano Rivera, and struck out 2 and got the other guy to pop out to shortstop. It was like amazing. I was so proud of him. So, I mean, anyways, that's it. Hopefully the good luck will keep going our way, but we'll see for sure. Yeah, bunting has definitely become a lost art. He's a 10U. So he's a 10U travel. We live in a small town of like around 6,000 people, maybe even less than 6,000 actually. So, and as I'm sure as any state in America, you have a bajillion travel baseball teams or whatever. And we have in Indiana, there's a ton that pull from all parts of the state or the area, like a central Indiana, north, south, whatever, or the whole state itself. Or sometimes it'll be like community based, like in your surrounding communities. But his team is only the kids from this town. And they play against teams that do that travel all around the state. They pull from all cities. They pull from all regions. They pull from big cities like Indianapolis and other cities that are like a lot bigger than our little town we live in. And they, generally speaking, either win all the time or they keep it close with teams that usually blow other teams out of the water. So we have a very good, solid baseball team and program here in this town. And that's not my son. That's not me speaking because of dad. That's just facts. Facts are right now are that we're like 20-5 for the season. And that's true. And we probably a lot more wins or losses, but because of the rain has been nonstop in Indiana, we've probably lost 10, 15 games this season. Because usually we do like a 40-game season, 40 or 45 games per season, and we're at probably like around 30-ish. So I think before this weekend, we're at like 25 games and 25 wins or 23 wins and 5 losses or something. Oh, yeah, I agree, Jeff. That's exactly right. Kids throwing it across the plate is painful. And that was 100% true yesterday when we played some of these teams. And some of the teams we played were pretty good, but sometimes they're really good because they have 1 or maybe 2 really good pitchers, and then the rest of their pitchers suck. Or they might have 1 or 2 really good bats, and if they have enough of that going in their favor, they can beat almost anybody. But if you can find the chink in the armor and expose it, then they can be taken out, and that's what our team usually does. They had this one kid who didn't really have a setup. Like, you're supposed to be able to set and then pitch. You can't just go into motion and throw. You have to set yourself and throw. That's just the rule. And the umpires will let them throw without getting in a set motion. So all of our boys were starting to like timeout, step out of the box, timeout, step out of the box. And they're like throwing off his rhythm. And then he ended up having to like come back and set before he pitched because he was just like fast pitching. He would just go there and fast pitch everybody. Before our boys could barely step in the box, he was ready to throw it right in there. The umpire hadn't even put his mask over his head. So, it happens. So anyways, but yeah, so it happens. But we'll see. So the game starts later on this afternoon, but I'll probably hop off of here because I know, Jeff, you're getting ready to go live. I don't want to take that away. I think you start at 10 o'clock. So I'll make sure you have time to get ready. I don't want to be that guy. So hope you all enjoy. Thanks for watching. And I'll leave this I'll keep it up so people can watch. But until next time, peace out.